Accordingly, we started the idea of Brands for Less, and we started it with $10,000 in a car park underground in Beirut, because that's the only money we could have saved at that time. I went to HSBC. I took a personal loan of 150,000 dirhams, which is $40,000. I put my resignation, and I went and I started my first store. At that time, I remember going and starting my own business. I had to do everything from scratch. We all have doubts at a certain time, especially before you make the jump. No matter what a hero you are, the minute you decide to jump, the split of a second that you are jumping, your fear is at its utmost level. When you are working for others, remember, you are not making your dreams come true, you are making their dreams come true. And at a certain point, you have to think, was that the reason I was brought to this life, to really make other people's dreams come true, or I should pursue my own dream? Right? And this is what I advise everyone who doesn't have the experience or the capital, not to jump into opening his own business from day one. Rather than, you can learn from other people's money, you can learn by being employed with other people, and then, once you start having a little bit of experience and you at least make much more money that was our startup, I think you should venture and start your own thing.
Toufic, are you ready to unleash?
Always.
As usual, huh?
As usual.
Toufic, it's a pleasure having you today. I'm always inspired by the work that you're doing on social media and how you inspire people with your authenticity and the values that you're doing. And today, I believe that we'll unleash a lot of stories. So are you ready?
I'm always ready.
Coming back, today, you have like almost 86 stores around 36 cities around the world.
Yeah.
And more than 3,500 employees into 2023, right? If we come back like 1996, I want to understand, how did you start Brand for Less in Beirut?
We were fresh graduates. We graduated in the year of 92 in Beirut. And of course, like any fresh graduate, we were looking for opportunities, of course, in the employment, because we didn't have capital at that time. So we started working for other companies. I took personally the first contract out of Beirut to Saudi Arabia. I worked there for a year. And from there, I came to UAE. I got another offer here in the UAE. I was working with a small company at the beginning. And after that, I started working with the government entity here in the UAE. And from there, I started engaging more with multinational companies. And I was recruited by a company, an oil company that had its branches in Beirut. And then I moved back to Beirut from 1997, or actually 1996 to year 2000. During that time, me and my best friend Yasser, we grew up together. We went to the same school, went to the same university, and we always had the dream to do business together. And accordingly, we started the idea of Brands for Less, and we started it with $10,000 in a car park underground in Beirut, because that's the only money we could have saved at that time. And we maintained our employment for a while. And this is what I advise everyone who doesn't have the experience or the capital, not to jump into opening his own business from day one. Rather than, you can learn from other people's money. You can learn by being employed with other people. And then, once you start having a little bit of experience and you at least make much more money that was our startup, I think you should venture and start your own thing. Life is too short. We live it once, as per our knowledge. And it's a waste not to try to run after your dream, and try to make a difference in this world.
Starting in UAE in 2000, what made you take this decision to come in UAE and start here? Why didn't you explore it in Beirut? What was the main reason?
We already, by that time, we had a couple of stores. And, at the beginning, the start is extremely slow usually. And this is for any business across. And we needed employment at that time. And the company there that I was working for in Beirut moved me back to their head office here in Dubai. I did not stay after my return to the UAE more than 2 months. I went to HSBC. I took a personal loan of 150,000 dirhams, which is $40,000. I put my resignation, and I went and I started my first store.
Was it an easy decision to take such a decision? Because it's secured job, taking such a decision and take personal loan. Did you have like some doubts that maybe this will not work?
To be very frank with you, we all have doubts at a certain time, especially before you make the jump. No matter what a hero you are, the minute you decide to jump, the split of a second that you are jumping, your fear is at its utmost level. But you have to do it. So at that time, I remember going and starting my own business. I had to do everything from scratch. Before that, I'd like to really give an advice for the people. It's a big debate about the story of security. Most of my friends, my close friends, actually my classmates, when they came to the Gulf area and in Dubai especially, and I was in contact with them, every one of them or most of them took a very secure job in a multinational company. And it's a matter of decision. Today, security, it's a matter of when do you require the security? Do you require the security when you are 21, 22, 23, in your early 20s? Is that your demand for security is there? Or you are after security when you reach your 50s? And this is a big question for each and everyone who has second thoughts or has doubts. Today, when you are working for others, remember, you are not making your dreams come true. You are making their dreams come true. And at a certain point, you have to think, was that the reason I was brought to this life, to really make other people's dreams come true? Or I should pursue my own dream? And trust me, the problem is when you go into the employment and you cross the first few years of experience that I always advise people to go through. Go through the experience with others, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, but enough. More than that, I think it's a waste of time, because you have to really concentrate on your own dream. And today, when you continue beyond 5 years, you will have promotion, you will have a bigger salary, you will start going on nice vacations, you will start buying a brand new car, you start paying installments, you start going and maybe taking a mortgage. And what happens is you get caught inside the cycle. And once you get caught inside the cycle, our lives, it passes so fast, you cannot imagine. You will not imagine how you go through your 30s. It's so fast. It's extremely fast, because you are busy making a family, having your first child, and but you are stuck in this vicious circle. So what happens is you reach a point whereby when you become in your 50s, remember, these companies can always replace you, and they would like to hire new blood. They would like to hire the new generation, and they would love to pay much less. And this is where your insecurity starts. But by that time, you have all these medical issues starting to develop, okay? And trust me, it's the worst time you go through your insecurity. So it's a choice. You want your insecurity at the beginning or at the end. I chose the beginning, and I advise people to choose the beginning, because in the beginning, you have the guts for it. When you are in your 50s,
More responsibilities.
trust me, you have responsibilities, you're living paycheck to paycheck, you have bills, you have a mortgage that, they can confiscate your house, etc., etc., etc.
So when did you take a decision to scale your business in UAE? I remember that you said that you had firstly in Beirut, like 1 store, 2 stores, and then you came back to UAE, took a personal loan, and decided to go in UAE. But now I see you have empire of stores. Yes. How did you take such a decision on the scalability of your business?
To start with, my partner stayed in Beirut, remained in Beirut for a while, and we increased the number of stores to 3 or 4 stores at that time, while I started the business here in Dubai. And we were coordinating together how to really increase our purchases, how to make it more efficient, etc. So today, when you want to start something, put in your mind that you want to be the best at what you do. So today, no one dreams of opening 1 store, or no one dreams of opening 2 stores. When you dream to be the largest retailer in the area, the largest retailer in the globe. It's for free. Your dream is for free. Trust me. So you keep this in mind and you say, this is my objective for the coming 10 years. And then you go and put objectives on a yearly basis. So for me to be able to reach this amount in 10 years, I dissect it and put short-term objectives on a yearly basis. And you say, by this year, I should have achieved 1, 2, 3. And you measure your success accordingly each and every time. So at the beginning, you have to go all in. And when I say all in, you have to work. And I always mention this to the people, that you have to work. You cannot ask or be asked about life-work balance. You cannot be asked about quality time with family. You cannot be asked about vacations and travel and nice time and parties and etc. At that time, you fully dedicate yourself to making this business go. Let me give you an example. I don't know if you know or you used to drive a stick shift car.
Yes.
If the stick shift car if the engine is not running, so what you used to do is you used to push the car, and then you go manually to it.
Yeah.
The most difficult is to get the tires to start spinning. This is where you have to put the maximum effort. This is the maximum effort that you have to put into pushing the car, and then you'll find the tires starts helping you until you reach a point whereby the engine will turn on and the car will start driving. And this is exactly what you have to go through during your business cycle. If you give up and you say, it's so heavy, the vehicle, I would like to take a taxi, go take a taxi. The taxi is your corporate employment.
Beautiful. I'm just so curious about the brand for less name. Did you have any names before just the brand of for less before getting to that name?
Yes, the company, when we started it in Beirut, it was called Cost Plus. And when I came here to Dubai, I registered the name under the name of Brands for Less. And later on, Cost Plus was converted into Brands for Less.
What is the inspiration behind the Brand for Less?
Inspiration was very simple. You want something or a name of a company that really describes the best of what you do. And you can never ever get better a matching name for our type of business. We are in off-price. We sell branded products for reduced prices or for discounted prices, and Brands for Less.
Unleash is the bridge between my purpose and my mission. And my mission is unleashing the human greatness to its utmost potential.